It took a little less than 2 months to make 100% return on APLD. And I'm going to start keeping track of that because that's not always the case. There's some times where you get in on a play and, hey, you really got in at the right time and made 100% in less than a week, maybe 2 weeks. Maybe you did get it in that day, but that's very rare. But still, as somebody who's learning how to trade, it should never deter you if you're not getting to 100% within a certain time frame. And it's important to remember that you should know your exit before you get into a play. So for me, with this specific trade, APLD, we went over this, we did the research, and we said, you know what, we're going to give ourselves time. Like the contract doesn't expire until 2027. My goal is to hit 100%, get my investment out before 2027. I know the company is a quality company. I know they're in the middle of investment, so things may be shaky in the beginning, but right now we're in the middle of a uptrend. So that's on my side. That's in my favor. So let's look here. We said it was July 18th. Just to recap it. All right. So this is this week. That was this week. And literally I can look at this and say I know exactly why. And that's another thing when it comes to trading. You should be able to go back to your trade whether you did good on the trade or you lost on the trade. Go back to the trade and be able to see like, well, all right, why did I get in? Well, I'm looking here at the chart right now. I got in because we broke out of this trend here on this week. And we also got above this weekly level that I had marked off. I had that weekly level marked off there, and I was like, all right, cool. We closed above it. I'm going to enter. Boom. Yeah, we did drop down, but I knew that this was a strong weekly level, and I knew we just broke out of a downtrend. And since then, we slowly just took our time. I said the next level was 1307. Once we cleared 1307, we had to get to 14 and change. We got to 14 and change. Cool. Next level was 1711, and 13. It's funny how 1307, again, I'm probably going to sound like a broken clock, but when stocks move, they break out of resistance, they come back to support, and they push forward and break out of another area of resistance. And it's evident right here that weekly level we broke through, we dropped down, we broke through again, and then that next level was 1307. We broke through that. And even in the next following week, we came almost all the way back down. And then we did it again, almost came back down to that 1307. And then this week, we actually did come down to 1307 and bounce well above the resistance of 1711 after tapping it. 1, 2, these 2 weeks here. So it goes back to understanding charting, understanding how chart patterns move. Like this is a bullish. This is very similar to this candle right here. They're two bullish impulse candles, and we saw what happened. It broke through, yes, came back to test support and broke through again. So that's that pattern that these companies move in. And right now that we've cleared this 1711 point, boy, I mean, let me see here. We cleared 1711. We closed at, oh my goodness, we closed at 1868. Yeah, 1868. $20 is next. $20 is next. And so, man, APLD is doing its thing. If it's your first time watching, being in the Patreon and the roundtable, go back to when I reviewed APLD, and you'll see why I have that as one of my top 5 companies of the year. Yeah, I'm proud of APLD right now. I'm liking that.